What is going on, YouTube, or wherever you are listening to the podcast, and welcome back to the Binkz and Doodle effect. Very upsetting episode. We are done with football for a long time. But welcome in, Binkz and Doodle effect, presented to you by Lividity and Lividity Gaming. I am one of your hosts, Binkz, and joined next to me, as always, every week, DrewskiDoodle. How are you?
Every week. Wouldn't have it any other way.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Never.
Best co-host with me, NA. But we have
so good to me.
We had the Super Bowl last week, and we'll definitely touch on that. Big. I know you're very excited about the outcome of that Super Bowl, Andrew. I can't say the same.
I'm hype.
Definitely not as excited as you are. But before we get into anything, Binkz and Doodle Effect, as always, presented to you by Rogue Energy, premium energy supplement designed to optimize your mental and physical performance. And unlike those unhealthy canned energy drinks, this powerful supplement can be taken daily to improve overall performance. It's packed with vitamins, amino acids. It's a good way to just increase your natural energy. Like I say, I usually use it as like a pre-workout before I start lifting some weights. It really gets me energized in an all-natural way. If you use the code GETLIVID, that's on the bottom of the screen, GETLIVID, you get 5% off your entire purchase. Get the starter pack, you get a shaker, and you get to choose a bunch of different flavors to try instead of you risking it all and on a tub that you may not actually enjoy. Blue raspberry is definitely the best one. Check it out. But yeah, get livid, 5% off. Moving on. Andrew.
Epic plug.
Andrew. Tell me your thoughts right now on Mr. Trevor Bauer. I know you're heated. I know that you just want to unleash a nice Andrew rant on the Binkz and Doodle effect right now. Go for
it. I was less mad before his bullshit apology on Twitter. Like, if you're good at, like, I don't know, like, if you have this website with apparently a social media team, which I don't believe he has, and you're gonna, like, there's no way that he didn't purposely put these items up for, this Met hat up for sale, and this Angels hat, or whatever it was, up for sale. There's no way he didn't do it on purpose. It's not gonna leak. They're not gonna mistakenly do that. There's no doubt in my mind that he used the Mets to get more money from the Dodgers, without a doubt. I don't think he ever had intentions of signing with the Mets at all. Maybe when Steve Cohen got the ownership, but that's about it. I hate you. I respect you, but I hate you. I hope you get absolutely lit up. I hope we light you up. And I hate the Dodgers too, so that doesn't help. If you would have signed with somebody innocent, whatever. Screw the Dodgers.
My man wants a ring.
Listen. That rotation is overrated. It's great. But we have to keep in mind, Clayton Kershaw's great playoff run last year was an anomaly. He's garbage in the playoffs. David Price is like 80 years old, and he's decrepit. Walker Buehler is a stud. Trevor Bauer is probably going to be a stud, but we'll see. And Dustin May is a future stud. So it's not a bad rotation, but it's going to get overrated. Our boy Daly was giving us good info that Trevor Bauer did pitch in the worst division in baseball offensively last year. So those numbers definitely are going to change now that he's in the NL West going against
Padres,
especially the Padres. That team's disgusting. Will he have, in a full season, the ERA that he had last year? Probably not. Is it going to skyrocket to over 3.5? I definitely don't think so. But I do think he's going to end up inflating a little bit.
Listen, I mean, I know in previous casts we both said that we wanted Trevor Bauer. We really wanted him to come to New York. I mean, he was going to realistically, he's got a career ERA of 3.9. All right, and his only Cy Young that he's ever won was in a shortened season, where in a full season I don't think he wins a Cy Young. But he had, listen, he had a career year that he did, and you're right to point out saying that he did pitch in like one of in the division that he was pitching in, definitely helped him out. But
Yeah.
Regardless of that information, I still wanted him. I mean, Trevor Bauer is still better than the fourth or fifth man on the Mets rotation. So,
he would have been such an incredible number 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason we wanted him so bad.
I would be putting Bauer at like a number 4.
No, I'd have him 2 or 3.
I would have ideally Syndergaard, Stroman.
No, I put him above Syndergaard.
Bauer.
The way I would have it would have been DeGrom, Bauer, Syndergaard, Carrasco, and Stroman.
Interesting.
But just like that's the reason I wanted him though is because he wasn't going to be our number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's never a problem with the Mets. We did have a fun little Twitter question.
Oh, really?
Our boy Maggio695 wanted us to estimate
on the bottom of the screen. The tweet will be on the bottom of the screen for all you guys watching on YouTube.
Hell yeah. He wants us to estimate stat lines for Trevor Bauer. Obviously, we can go 8 billion stats deep for him, but we'll stick to win-loss, ERA, and we'll go with WHIP. Let's see.
Let's go 3.72 ERA, 1.27 WHIP, and win-loss. Dodgers are pretty good offensively. Let's say Trevor Bauer goes 15-9.
Okay.
Is that respectable for Trevor Bauer?
I think so, especially not the so. Here's the thing about the division. Like, they play San Diego, and San Diego is nasty. When you play the Giants, they can go either way. Then you have a pushover in Colorado. And Arizona is confusing sometimes. We'll see what happens with them. So I definitely see him breaking 10 wins. I could see him also being up there in losses, too. So I'm thinking maybe you're in the realm of, like, 13-8, something around there. Close, but he'll get wins. I could see an ERA upper 2s, maybe a 3. I do think he's going to have a good season. Just under a 1 WHIP. Like, I think it's going to be a good season from Bauer.
You definitely have higher expectations than I do.
Yeah, I do think it's going to be a good season from Bauer, but I think his his expectations are so high that the city of LA with those stats, the city of LA is going to hate him. Just because of how high his expectations are.
I mean, my evaluation was heavily on the Padres, facing them as many times as he's going to. But,
fair enough, yeah. It's just, he's going to absolutely dominate the other 3 teams.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I'm thinking of.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Maggio, thank you for the question. We enjoy having questions be submitted to the Binkz and Doodle Effect. If you want to submit a question, you could always add us on Twitter. You could DM us on Twitter. You could comment down below on a YouTube video that we post. You can comment with a 5-star review on where you do your podcast, your questions as well. We always accept them.
Live.
We are live and on Twitch. DrewskiDoodles Twitch is in the description below if you want to check it out live instead of hearing it on YouTube the next day when more than likely something big is going to happen news-wise and we aren't reporting on it because everything likes to happen when we upload. So, on top of that, baseball not going forward with the DH in the National League, which I love. I love that the pitchers have to bat. I think there's more strategy to it, with the whole, suicide bunting the runner over if you're the pitcher. But I mean, if you're the New York Mets, you have pitchers who can swing the bat. So it's really not terrible if you're a Met with the DH going away. I'm just not a fan of the DH. It's probably because I was raised watching the Mets and never watched the DH really ever in my life, unless they were playing an American League team. But I'm not a fan of the DH. I like having the pitcher bat. But that's
personally, I wanted to keep it because I think like the Mets bench is nasty, and I would like to have another nasty bat in there. But more than anything, I just want it to all be the same. I hate having to adjust your gameplay when you're playing a National League team versus an American League team and who's home and who's not. So as much as I always said I love the pitchers batting, which I do, I don't know, I'm picking my battles and I'm kind of over it. I'd rather not have this stupid runner on second base in extra innings.
That
I am
is
so
the
sick of that.
dumbest thing in
It
the
is so
world.
dumb. I hate
Dumbest
it.
thing in the world.
I will hate it
Absolutely
forever.
dumbest thing. That is something that actually needs to go.
Yeah, it's so bad.
The Mets got a new signing. Andrew, how do you feel about it?
Love it. I mean, that's been a huge issue for the Mets is depth, and Jonathan VR is like a borderline starter. Dude's got some speed. He can hit home runs. He can play just about every position in the infield. Absolutely love it. Was very happy when I saw it.
I have no opinion. I
Jonathan VR is.
I actually have no idea who he is. So I'm not gonna like try to bullshit and like speak about. Oh yeah, I'm really
he
excited.
played for Miami
I have
last
absolutely
year.
no idea who he is.
He was a
idea.
big reason Miami was good last year. Like it's a good signing. We'll definitely be happy with it.
I'm glad. Attaboy Cohen.
Exactly. Mets fans, don't be lost because we didn't get Bauer. This was still a nasty offseason.
Oh, I'm not lost. I just don't pay attention.
Not you, but other people on Twitter.
Lastly, in the MLB. I'm sorry. Go on.
Go ahead.
Go on, Andrew. No.
All the Mets fans on Twitter that were chanting that they didn't want Trevor Bauer for the last 3 months are now upset we didn't sign him. So, shut up.
Lastly, in the MLB, I know this is going to cause people, a lot of disagreement, but the MLB has released saying that in the 2021 season, all players, not all players, no player is required to take a COVID vaccine. So I thought that was just an interesting take, that no player is required to take. If they want to take the vaccine, they can, but no one is actually required. I personally think that's the way to go. Don't force people to do something like that if they didn't want. But
I agree.
Everyone's going to have their, own different opinion on that, but it is worth mentioning as we are a sport podcast, and that is probably something major on the game right now. So
yeah,
MLB players are not required to take the vaccine. I personally think that even if you're not going to take the vaccine, everything should just be bubbled, so we don't, miss out on games and have games that get postponed. But I'm cool with not having to force the players to be vaccinated.
They really gotta. If they're gonna do this, if they are not gonna make all their players get the vaccine, they're gonna need to be really careful.
Exactly.
Because you can't have what's happening in the NHL right now happen in baseball, because you're gonna miss double the amount of games that hockey would miss in baseball. Mm-hmm. Exactly. You got the Rangers just had to miss a game last Saturday because the Devils had a positive test, had exposure. Now the Flyers played either yesterday or 2 days ago. They're not playing again until Sunday. If that happens to a baseball team, you're missing 5-6 games. Mm-hmm. They got to be careful. You can't have that happen.
I mean, I think last year alone, what did the Miami?
Oh, the freaking Marlins!
They played like 10 doubleheaders in a row or something like that. Like you don't realize how exhausting that is. If you miss games and you have to start making them up like that in baseball, playing constant doubleheaders, you're gonna wear your team out. I don't care how good you are. You're going to get tired. It's going to catch up to you.
Should be a rule that the Florida teams have to bubble outside of Florida. Because we know about Florida.
They don't care at all. I mean, if you saw, moving on to Florida, first of all, if you saw the Super Bowl, I'm sure everyone saw the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl was pretty packed.
Yeah, it was shockingly packed.
The Super Bowl was packed, but Florida also doesn't care.
Yeah.
But
there was a lot of people.
It was pretty packed, the Super Bowl. If you guys didn't watch the Super Bowl, I'm sure you guys have seen all over the news. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are your 2021 Super Bowl champions. Tom Brady earned his 7th Super Bowl ring. Tom Brady has more Super Bowl rings than franchises do in the history of the game, so congratulations to Tom Brady. I think what's more impressive than the 7th ring was that the Bucs defense held the best offense in football to 0 touchdowns and 9 points. It's unbelievable how well the Bucs defense came to play.
Yeah, really good game from them. Really bad game from Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce.
Oh, I wouldn't say Kelce really had a bad game. Kelce was pretty much his main target receiver. Kelce was pretty much the only person who could actually hold on to the ball. I think Tyreek had 3 drops, one being a touchdown in the end zone. And it's you can't come to the Super Bowl and perform like that. Patrick Mahomes, I could get hate from this, but Patrick Mahomes, was the best player on the field on both teams. He just that poor man just had no support at all. I mean, the offensive line from Kansas City, granted there was 2 tackles out, but the defensive line from the Bucs, they're good. That defensive line is good. Not trying to take anything away from them. They are good. But my God, I felt like that man was running in circles every passing play. Every single passing play. I think there was a stat, Patrick Mahomes, I think, ran for like 489 yards pre-throws.
Yep.
Or something ridiculous like that. 489 yards.
Wild.
Unbelievable.
Wild. I mean, like, it's that throw he made when he was diving. It was fully horizontal, perfect spiral, and it just bonks right off of the dude's face.
And it was a gun, as if he stepped into it. But you know what? That's what you get when you draft a baseball player who is phenomenal.
Yes, I was
going to
say that. Yeah.
I mean, baseball players. I mean, people look at football and say, "Wow, holy shit!" Like that pass from Mahomes for him to gun that football with a perfect spiral right at I think it was Williams. That was amazing with, totally in the air like that. People don't understand that baseball players make that type of throw every game in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Like a shortstop specifically.
Oh, my God, yeah. Shortstop or a second baseman, nonstop. Which I do think, I don't know this for a fact, but it seems to be a thing that a lot of quarterbacks do have a baseball past. They've also played baseball, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Okay. Mahomes, I think, obviously he was the best player on his team. I don't know if he was the best player in the game. And I only say that is because I think Brady's stat line would have been much better. He had 125 QBR. I'm talking more yards if the game had been closer. I think if the game was competitive, Brady would have been close to 400 yards.
No argument.
So I'll give it a wash almost there. But what's
I just meant in the aspect of athleticism, athletic ability.
Yeah.
Mahomes was he was playing out of his mind. That poor guy just had no help.
He's just getting clobbered nonstop.
But if you want to hear some wild Brady stats, I have 2 for you.
Hit me.
And one of them actually just made my head explode on the odds. It was like next to impossible to ever happen. I'm gonna give you the first one first, though. That's like not as big.
Okay.
All right. So Brady's been in the Super Bowl 10 out of his 19 seasons. All right. In the same time span, the Jets have won 124 games out of the 304 games they've played. Therefore, the odds of Brady playing in a Super Bowl are greater than the New York Jets winning a game.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. You know what? I'm not surprised.
However, this is the stat that blew my mind for Tom Brady. And it has nothing to do with like his, performance or anything, but it kind of does, but it just, I read this and I was like, no, that's impossible. So Tom Brady has played 344 career games, regular and postseason. 344. His first 172, he was 132-40. His last 172, he was 132-40.
Bro's wild. Man's consistent.
The exact same record. His first 172 games and his last 172 games. Both are 132-40. 7.67 win percentage.
That's nutty. The dude's been in the league for 20 years.
That just blows my mind that, the exact same record. It's insane. Good for him.
Wild. Yeah.
Most accomplished quarterback. 100%.
It's also wild to me. It really is wild to me that he's been in the league for 20 plus years and has not lost 100 times yet.
Yeah. That's a stat crazy. On its own. Some may argue having 17 top 10 defenses in your career could help that, stat. But, you also have to have someone, who can throw the ball.
Got to score,
and he call a spade. Tom Brady's a great quarterback. And no one's ever going to deny that Tom Brady is not a great quarterback. Tom Brady is a fantastic quarterback. I just don't value GOAT status the way the most of the world does. But that's just
about the other GOAT.
That's just me.
Tight end, Rob Gronkowski.
Absolutely. Two tutties.
Almost 3.
Listen, Gronk saved his TDs for the Super Bowl. He came to play.
He did, yeah.
And listen, that man can throw a mean block. He did a hell of a job this season just blocking for Brady.
Yeah, he did. He especially in that game, he did everything in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, good for Gronk. I think that's his 4th. I think that's Gronk's 4th Super Bowl ring.
4th ring, 5th Super Bowl. Yeah.
4th ring, 5th Super Bowl. Good for him. Catching up to Brady.
Yeah, he's almost there.
He's almost there.
The issue is he's going to stay with Brady and never be able to catch up.
Exactly. He's never going to play. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if Gronk actually just calls it quits now. Just came back for that 1 year to be with Brady, grab another ring, and now he's like, all right.
Nah, he already said he's coming back.
Is he actually going to come back?
Yeah, at least 1 more year.
Good.
Dude, I wouldn't leave the Bucs right now. They're a team. They're a team.
Yeah.
I wouldn't leave.
Listen, the Bucs in the offseason made the best moves of their entire franchise because the players that scored in the Super Bowl all were not on the team last year.
They weren't there, yeah.
Not one person who scored for the Bucs last year, in the Super Bowl, was not playing for the team last year. You had Brady, you had Fournette, you have AB.
Yeah, that Fournette signing has turned out real nice.
They built an absolute super team. So, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to go into any more of that. But moving off the Super Bowl, we have the MVP, Aaron Rodgers. I respect it. I
knew that was coming.
I think he probably deserved it over Mahomes. Rodgers had an absolute dominant year. And it just sucks that he had the year that he had and he wasn't playing for the Lombardi. I mean, he has nothing to blame but his defense. What?
Remember when we said Russell Wilson was on pace for the MVP?
Dude, that was like podcast number 4 or 5. We were like, yo, Russell Wilson's the best quarterback in the game right now. Like he's going to win the MVP, no doubt. The Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl. Dude, he fell completely off.
Which, his offensive line disappeared. So Mahomes had some Wilson syndrome in the Super Bowl. Because he had
taking it mildly.
Average maybe a second and a half to throw the ball.
Dude. As I said, man, I just felt like he was running in circles every pass. He just had no time. Hall of Fame, we have Calvin Johnson.
Megatron, baby.
That's what I was going to say. If you guys don't know who Calvin Johnson is, you may know him as Megatron. And you have Charles Woodson, absolute stud of a corner on the Packers. Listen, right, both absolutely deserved. Another Brady stat, now that I just said Calvin Johnson, you know that Calvin Johnson started his career in the NFL, retired, got inducted in the Hall of Fame, and Brady is still playing. Just for you to realize how long Brady has been playing. A man has started his career 7 years after you started, has retired, and then has been inducted in the Hall of Fame. Just put that into perspective on how long Brady's been in the league.
Oh, we got another little tidbit that just got mentioned to me.
We do. Okay.
Aaron Donald with the DPOY.
I don't
over
agree.
Watt.
Don't agree. Watt,
yeah, I don't either.
Watt should have had the defensive player of the year.
He was better in almost every category and played one less game.
Mm-hmm. Aaron Donald should not have gotten defensive player of the year.
No, not at all.
Now, who submitted that question, Andrew?
That was Chris.
Chris, hey, what's up, Chris? Yeah, no, Aaron Donald should not have won defensive player of the year.
No.
Absolutely not.
How do you feel about rookie?
Who won the rookie of the year? I don't even know.
That was Mr. Justin Herbert.
Herbert? I feel like debatable. Jefferson.
I don't know. Jefferson was definitely number 2, but I definitely feel comfortable. What's it called? Justin Herbert getting it.
I think Jefferson had more of an impact on his team than Herbert did. The Chargers still lost like every game with Herbert.
It's close, but I'm cool with Herbert being there.
Yeah, it is what it is. Jefferson's going to be an absolute stud in the future. Herbert's going to be the quarterbacks, the youth quarterbacks we have in the AFC. It's going to be wild for years to come. The AFC is going to, on paper, should dominate the league.
Yeah.
In every aspect on paper.
Talking about quarterbacks,
yes. Deshaun Watson. A young guy who's probably one of the better quarterbacks in the league, probably will be sitting out. He said he did not want to play for Houston. Houston has no desire to trade him, so he's like, all right, I don't care how much money it's going to cost me. I'm not playing. And I think that's just stupid on Houston's part now at that point. You have a guy who says he's going to guarantee he's not playing. You're going to continue to let him just sit on the bench? If he's not playing, why are you just going to let him rot on the bench? At least trade him at that point, swallow your pride, and try to get value off of him, because teams are going to bite. It makes no sense to not... If Watson's saying he's not playing, there's no reason Houston holds on to him, unless they're just trying to spite him. But you're just spiting yourself in the long run.
Their management's that stupid that I believe it. I completely support Watson in sitting out. Like, in any other sport, even in football, if a player says he wants out, they'll find him a way out. Like, I don't know what they think they're going to get out of this. It's also like, they're not the good guys in the media. The media is all on Watson's side, which would weigh heavily on Watson. They're not going to win this if they say no to trading him. They're not. They're just gonna. I mean, it's what they've been doing. They're gonna waste another season.
It's dumb. I mean, Watt also wants to leave Houston as well.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I wouldn't want to play there. Leave David Johnson there to rot.
That team deserves everything that's coming to them after trading Hopkins for like a 6th round pick.
Yeah. You know what now? It's going to, being you're a Jet fan, it's going to screw up the Jets now, because the Jets are going to be, this dude's off the table. They're going to make a move for, who'd they say before? Fuller and whoever. And then once they make trades for them, they're not going to have any capital to give for Watson when he eventually becomes available.
Yeah, I think it's Fuller and Juju.
Yeah, and which I think Fuller's a free agent, but Juju I think they have to trade for.
We'll give you Sam Darnold, and we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll find any other quarterback in the league I will take. We'll do it. Get rid of this cancer on the New York Jets.
Oh, Carson Wentz is available.
I'm good.
And they only want a Matt Stafford package for him.
All right, well, I'll bite my words. No, I would rather Sam Darnold over Carson
Juju
Wentz.
Is a free agent. I just got told that.
Free agent? Okay. Yeah, I would bite my words. I would gladly hold on to Sam Darnold, as bad as he is, over Carson Wentz. There's not a part of me that would want Carson Wentz.
No,
at all.
Same. Same. If the Patriots trade for him, I'm going to cry.
I'd rather still suck with Darnold under center than have Carson Wentz and just want to, shoot myself. I mean, I want to shoot myself in general, but, I want to shoot myself even more with Carson Wentz. Going back to the Super Bowl real quick, just because we didn't touch on it while we were talking about it. We had a streaker in the Super Bowl. And why is this relevant, you may ask? If you didn't know, Vegas had a prop bet. Will there be a streaker, yes or no, plus 750 for yes. This man bet the prop and then did the streaking himself. Man's a genius. This guy made $375,000 on this bet. His bail was $1,000. He nets and walks away with $374,000. Genius. Guy, I applaud you. Absolutely.
Well worth a criminal record.
Yeah, no, you're an absolute genius. You're $374,000 richer. I guarantee you, Andrew, that Vegas never puts out a bet like that ever again.
No, never again. Man's a genius. Especially, you don't care about being banned from the NFL. Who cares? $374, criminal record. Who cares?
$374,000.
That's $1,000. Yeah, big difference. Yeah, I'd love to see it. He's just never going to go to a football game ever again. But you know what?
I'm okay with that. I'll watch it on TV.
You know who else got dragged out of the Super Bowl? Dave Portnoy.
You did. That wasn't this Super Bowl, though. It was, 2 Super Bowls ago?
No, he was there again.
Was he there again?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
He was wearing a little stupid mustache.
You sure that was this year? Because like he was wearing that stupid mustache when
I
he
saw it
got
online.
dragged out.
It said 2021.
Oh, because he was wearing that stupid little mustache the first time he got thrown out.
The thing I saw said 2021.
All
Even if he
right.
wasn't good. I love Dave Portnoy.
Dude, Dave Portnoy's the man. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Andrew, do you have any like last minute topics you would like to discuss over this week? I mean, other than us being completely depressed that football's over, and with football being over, our guest count is going to drastically decline because people don't know how to talk about any other sport other than football.
I hope you guys really like me talking about hockey.
That's fine. It's gonna just turn into the Doodle Effect show, and
I can listen. I can go for an hour with the hockey. Don't worry.
Oh man, thank God we have hockey. I mean, until baseball comes, gotta hope our New York Rangers just continue to stay hot, do what they need to do. I would like to see a nice
Not
New York
lose to the
Ranger
Islanders
postseason.
again.
Yeah, not lose to the Islanders again. I hate losing in general, but like God, do I hate losing to the Islanders. It's like the worst thing in the world. But yeah, with that being said, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Unless, Andrew, you have anything you want to discuss and talk about?
We got, what is it now? 2 weeks until the opening of spring training. Pitchers and catchers is in like 4 days. Let's get it. Spring is on the way.
Let's go Mets, baby.
Let's go Mets. Oh, you're going to make me believe.
Nah, we're gonna have a nice postseason this year. We're gonna take the Dodgers. We're gonna take the Dodgers to like Game 6 of the NLCS. We're gonna face Trevor Bauer in Game 6, and we're gonna win. We're gonna win Game 6 off Trevor Bauer. We're gonna go to the World Series.
Nothing would make me happier. Not a single thing would make me happier.
You heard it here first. Game 6 of the NLCS. Trevor Bauer is pitching for the Dodgers. Mets are gonna beat him. The Mets are gonna light him up in 3 innings. 3 innings, light Bauer up. All right, and then our bullpen will come in like the 6th and the 7th inning, and they'll make it really close again for the Dodgers. But we'll end up winning. We'll go to the World Series.
I'm with it.
You're with
I'm
it.
with it.
If you were a betting man, the Mets are plus 850 to win the World Series this year. Just throwing that out there. It's not a
like all my AMC stocks.
Not a bad pick. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications down below. Turn on notifications. We upload every Wednesday at 3 p.m. If you're listening to wherever you listen to podcasts, give us a nice 5-star review. If we see it, we will give you a shout out. Comment down below on anything you have to say, any questions you want to hear answered on the next podcast, anything you want to say after what we just said today. Do you like the Super Bowl outcome? Do you think Tom Brady's the GOAT? 7 rings, all that accomplishment. Comment down below. I would love to hear it. With that being said, though, like I said, until next time.
Deuces.
Peace out.